Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. And today we will continue our Python journey from where we had left yesterday, or like in the previous live stream. So, we had completed till lists, and today we are moving on to the next collection in Python, that is tuples. So, let's start with tuples. So tuples are used to store multiple items in a single variable. Tuple is one of the four built-in data types. So I have already told about the four built-in data types in Python, which are used to store collections. The other ones are list, set, dictionary. List we have already covered, and now we are moving on to tuples. So all with different qualities and uses. Tuple is a collection which is ordered and unchangeable. Okay, so one major difference which we can see here, lists were also ordered, but we were able to change the lists. But tuple is a collection where they are unchangeable, and tuples are written with round brackets. How do you write lists? You write lists with square brackets, as you can see here. So tuples are written with round brackets. So for example, if we create a tuple, you can see this is how we create a tuple, like this. So I have created a new variable, this tuple, and I have added three items in it in round brackets. And now I'm printing this tuple. So if I run this, so before running anything, we have to activate our virtual environment. That is very important in Python. Not also not important, but preferable in Python. So I'll say conda activate, and I think it was Python tuts. Yeah. Now if I run my file, you can see that we have our tuples here. Hi Vansh. Thank you so much for coming back. Yes, of course, I remember. I do remember you. Yeah. So tuple items. Tuple items are ordered, unchangeable, and tuples also allow duplicate values. Tuple items are indexed, and the first item has index 0, the second item has index 1, etc. So that is same as list as they are ordered. So the properties are same as list, but one important thing is that they are unchangeable. Now, since they are indexed, again, they allow duplicate values. So they allow duplicate values because each element of the tuple is identified by a index number. And that's why we can have multiple elements of the same value. Because if I create another apple here, it will have an index of 3. So that is fine. And that's why tuple allows duplicate values. Now, similar to list, we can find the length of a tuple using the len function. So if I say print len like this, we will be able to find the length of the tuple. Let's run this file, and you can see that we have got 3 here. Great. Now create tuple with one item. To create a tuple with only one item, you had to add a comma after item. Otherwise, Python will not recognize it as a tuple. So this is important thing. This is the important point. So if you have to create a tuple with only one item, then you have to add a comma. For example, if I just want a tuple with apple, say, so I cannot do something like this. I have to do this for Python to recognize this as a tuple. Okay. Now, tuples are defined as objects with data type tuple. So, uh, like lists were identified as objects with data type list. So, tuple definitely will be identified as data type tuple. Now, we can also use a tuple constructor to create a tuple. So, this is how you use the tuple constructor, and for that we will use double round brackets. So first we create the tuple constructor, and inside this we define the tuple. Then accessing tuple items, similar to lists, we can access the tuple items with uh, the index number. So if I want to like print banana, I can use something like this. Okay, we can use tuple and packing. Okay, nice. That was nice. Tuple and packing. So we have similar thing in JavaScript as well. I guess object destructuring. Yes, we call it object destructuring. So this is tuple unpacking. So we can use name and age Alice 30 as Vansh suggested. Great, nice. So I think that will come through in this when we'll move ahead. So negative indexing means starting from the end, same as list. Range of indexes, again, we can specify the range of indexes. The first one will be inclusive and the last one will be exclusive. We can say, we can like have the first item empty, and that will create the tuple from the starting, and if we keep the last item in the tuple empty, then it will go till the end. And we can use the membership operator or the in operator to find whether an item is there on tuple or not, like the way we do in lists. We can update the tuple. So once the tuple is created, you cannot change its values. Okay, so tuples are unchangeable or immutable, as it is also called, but there's a workaround. You can convert the tuple into a list, change the list, and convert the list back to tuple. Okay, so since tuple is unchangeable, you cannot directly do like this tuple 1 and you cannot change it from banana to grapes. So I cannot say this tuple 1 and change the value to grapes. Okay, so what we have to do, we have to create that into a list. So I can say something like this. So instead of X, I have to say this tuple. And then I can say Y1 equal to grapes. Like this. And then we have to convert it back to the tuple. So then again, I can say this tuple equal to tuple and Y. And I think that should work. I should get grapes on the terminal. Yes, grapes. So this is how you change the items in tuple. Again, similarly, if you want to add items, then you have to convert it to list. If you have to add a tuple to a tuple, you are allowed to add tuples to the tuple. So if you want to add one item or many items, create a new tuple with the items and add it to the existing tuple. Okay, that is allowed. So if I create something like this, If I create another tuple y, say orange, again, since it is just with one element, so I have to put a comma at the end, and then we can use the plus operator to just add it to this tuple like this. And now if we print this tuple, it should give me the tuple with all the four elements. Okay. Now let's come on to tuple unpacking. So as you suggested once, when we create a tuple, we normally assign values to it, and this is called packing a tuple. Okay, so this is called packing a tuple. But in Python, we are allowed to extract the values back into variables, and this is called unpacking. So fruits is equal to apple. Okay. Okay, so I should be able to do this. Let's see what values I get. Now, in the example which I have, we have three fruits. I want to try with four fruits. So I don't know whether it will work or not. So I have taken three variables here and I am setting the value equal to fruits. And if I print the value of say green, let's see what happens. Yeah, so we are allowed to do that. So the number of variables will where which we will use on the left side, we will get the corresponding value from the tuple, which is on the okay. Sorry, fruits I have not created, so I think this is taking value from somewhere else. So I should say this tuple like this, and let's see whether this works or not. Okay, so this we are not allowed to do. So we while doing the tuple unpacking, we should have the same number of variables on the left side as many elements are there in the tuple. So right now in my tuple I have four values. So here also I have to say four values like this. And now if I unpack my tuple, I think I should be allowed to do that. Yes. And now you can see that we are getting apple. So green is equal to apple, yellow is equal to banana, red equal to cherry, red equal to cherry, and orange equal to orange. Okay, thank you, Harsh. So because it is a tuple in tuple, exactly, understood. Yeah, and it's written so. The number of variables must match the number of values in the tuple. If not, you must use an asterisk to collect the remaining values as list. Okay, so if I want to, for example, just take out banana or apple, so I can just take one variable and probably I have to use asterisk. So asterisk here to unpack the rest of the values as a list. So I can do something like this. And now if I print yellow, I should get a list of banana, cherry, and orange. And you can see that we are getting a list of banana, cherry, and orange. Using the asterisk, if a number of variables is less than the number of values, then you can add an asterisk to the variable name as we have added it here. And the values will be assigned to the variable as a list. Okay, so we can have any number of values here, and all the rest of the values of the tuple will be unpacked as a list in the variable which has the asterisk. If the asterisk is added to another variable name than the last, Python will assign the values to the variable until the number of values left matches the number of variables left. Okay, this is interesting. So, for example, if I want to have if I want to unpack the first and the last value, okay, so what I can do, I can say green, yellow, and red like this. Now, what will happen? Green will get the value of apple, red will get the value of orange, and all rest of the items for like banana and cherry will be unpacked as a list in yellow. So if I print yellow here, I should get banana and cherry as expected. Okay. Now let's learn how to loop through a tuple. You can loop through the tuple items by using a for loop. So again, you can use the for in syntax like we used to do in the list to create a loop and loop through the elements of the tuple. We can also use the range and len functions to create a suitable iterable to iterate through the index numbers of the tuple. You can use the while loop similar to the way we had done in the lists. So like if we check, so in the similar fashion, we can create a loop inside the tuple. Okay, now let's see how we can join two tuples. So we have already seen that we can use the plus operator to join two tuples. We can multiply tuples. So if you want to multiply the contents of a tuple to a given number of times, you can use the asterisk operator. Okay, so what this means is that if I do my fruits, or rather we will keep it, let's comment it out. And if I say my tuple, equal to this tuple asterisk 2, what will I get? Like, can you guess? Write in the chat box if you know the answer. I will check on the terminal. What do we get here? Okay, and every item in the tuple is coming two times. So apple, banana, cherry, and orange. Then again apple, banana, cherry, and orange. So if I would have done three, I should get all the elements three times in the tuple, like this. Great. Now let's come on to tuple methods. Python has two built-in methods that you can use on tuple. So in list, if you remember that we had multiple built-in methods which you could use on the lists, tuple has two methods, count and index. Count is the number of times a specified value occurs in a tuple, and then index search for the tuple for a specified value and returns the position of where it was found. So can you redefine this tuple and try once again? Okay, what do you want me to redefine? Like what do you want me to try? The joining of tuple, or like the multiplication operation? What do you want me to retry? You want me to rejoin the tuple, or like just do the multiplication operator, or you want me to do the count function? Okay, whatever. Let's redefine this tuple. So I'll say this tuple. Let's create a tuple of like few items: 2, 3, 5, 5, 7, 8. Okay, so this is the tuple which I have, new tuple with multiplication. Okay, so this is the tuple which we have defined. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so if I multiply the tuple with a value, okay, I have to use this tuple here. So what should happen? All the elements of the tuple will come twice. So I should get 2, 3, 5, 5, 7, 8. Then again 2, 3, 5, 5, 7, 8. Let's see that in action. And you can see here 2, 3, 5, 5, 7, 8. 2, 3, 5, 5, 7, 8. If I do it three times, then all the elements of the tuple will appear thrice. Okay, I hope I'm making sense. Now, apart from that, you can use these two built-in methods which I have. Okay, so now create a tuple in tuple and do into two. What will happen? What will happen will we get two tuples. That is what will happen if we get two tuples. Okay, so let's create a tuple in tuple. Okay, so let's create a tuple in tuple. So I say my tuple like this, and let's create a tuple in tuple. So I should be able to do probably apple here, and then I should be able to do this tuple like this. So this is a tuple in tuple, and if I multiply this like this, what will happen? Let's see. So you can see everything gets doubled. Like whatever the elements are in the tuple, it will come twice. So for example, there was apple and then there was this tuple. So all these elements. So you can see that the first element and the second element, and again the first element and the second element. If I do it three times, then everything will come thrice. So as expected. I hope that makes sense. Now, the next is the count method. So we can do print and we can do count Uh, so here we have to use the dot operator. So you can see this tuple dot count, and if I want to count the number of fives in this tuple, so I can say this tuple dot count, and here I can say 5 like this, and it should give me a value of 2. Here you can see that we're getting a value of 2 here. So this is how you count the number of elements of a particular element in the tuple. Similarly, we can search for a particular index, the index number of a particular element. So instead of count, if I say index here, so if I say index, I think it should give me the first occurrence of 5 in this tuple. Let's see. 0, 1, 2. So that's correct. So it is giving me the first occurrence of the element 5, the index of the first occurrence of element 5 in this tuple. So that is how you use the index method. So there are two built-in methods in the tuple. I think I should list both of them so that we can have the reference in this file. So either we can do count or we can do index. Okay. Now next is set. So that is all about tuples. Now let's come on to sets. Python has a built-in methods that you can use on. Okay, I think we the next topic is, I think we lost somewhere. Just a second. Yeah. So now let's come on to sets. Okay. So sets are used to store multiple items in a single variable. So set is one of the four built-in data types. Okay. Again, as I told you, so we have already covered list, tuple. Now two are left, sets and dictionary. So sets are stored to use multiple items in a single variable. A set is a collection which is unordered, unchangeable, and unindexed. So let's write this down. Let's write this down. So here we had lists. So lists. Okay, list we have written ordered, changeable, and allows duplicate. Now in the tuple, this is ordered, unchangeable, and indexed. Now sets are unordered, unchangeable, and unindexed. So when I say unchangeable, that means that the items itself or the element itself is unchangeable. So we cannot just change the value of the item in the set, or probably just since this is an unordered or unindexed collection, so I don't know how even we will target a particular value, but yes, we can remove an element from a set and we can add new elements to the set. So in that ways it can be changed, but you cannot change a value which is present in the set. Okay. Now sets are written with curly braces. Okay, so this is how you create a set. Let's take an example. Okay, so this set is equal to apple, banana, cherry. Again, we take the same example, and here you can see that we are using curly braces for the set. If we print this, we will get the set on our terminal like this: apple, cherry, and banana. Now, unordered means that the item in the set do not have a defined order. Set items can appear in a different order every time you use them and cannot be referred to by an index or key, as I told you. Now, set items are unchangeable, meaning that we cannot change the item after the set has been created but you can remove the items and add new ones. Duplicates are not allowed. Oh, okay, so this is another important point or the property of sets, that duplicates are not allowed. Duplicates are not allowed in sets. Duplicates were allowed in both lists and tuples because they were indexed. So we were not concerned about a particular element because we are referring to every element through its index. But since here we have no index, so duplicates are not allowed in the set. And when the duplicates are not allowed, now this has some connotation. For example, I cannot use the values like true and 1 together because this they will be considered as duplicates. True and 1, they will be considered as duplicates in sets. Okay, so you can see that one of the item has been removed and we get only banana, true, cherry and apple. Similarly, false and zeros are again treated as duplicates. We can use the len function to get the length of the sets, and the set items can be of any data type. We have already seen here. So we have strings, we have boolean, we have number. So we can have any data type in the set. Again, since it has a built-in data type, so the data type of set is set. And as in the case of tuple, we can create the sets with the set constructor. So we can just say set and then bracket, and then inside that we can do curly braces and we can write our variable names or the basically the values of elements, and this will be a valid set. Okay, sorry. So while creating a set from the set constructor, we don't use the curly braces. We have to use the round brackets as well. So I should be able to say like this. So I should say this set 2 equal to set, and this is not a valid set. I have to use the round brackets 2 times like this. So this is how you create the set from the set constructor. Okay. And you can see that here. Explain tuple. Hi Suraj, thank you so much for joining. Please subscribe to the channel. We just completed tuple. We had started off after lists, which we did in the last live stream. And okay, I'll just give you a quick overview of tuple for your benefit. Tuples are ordered, unchangeable, and indexed. Basically, they are almost same as lists. Okay, they have almost the same properties. They are ordered, they are indexed. That means that every item is referred to by its index number. So this has the index 0, this has the index 1, this has the index 2, and so on. But they are unchangeable. So what I cannot do in a tuple is just take a value and just change it. For example, I cannot say this tuple 1 and I cannot change this value from 3 to 4. That is not allowed. Let's try to do that and let's see what we get. So if I say like my tuple 2, my tuple 2, and we set its value equal to, oh, okay. Or rather, I'll say this tuple 2 like this. Okay. And let's change the value. So I'm hitting on 5 and I'm trying to change its value to say probably 4. Okay. What do you think? What will I get? I should get an error here because tuples are unchangeable. So the value of this tuple should remain unchanged. You can see that this is not allowed. Tuple object does not support item assignment. So tuples are unchangeable. That is primarily the most important difference from list. Rest, everything is almost similar to list, except you'll create list with a square bracket and you create tuples with a round bracket. I hope I have answered your question. And you have only two built-in methods in tuple, that is count and index. You can use the count method to basically count the number of items in the tuple, and you can use the index method to find the index of a particular item in the tuple. Okay. So let's comment this out. Let's say this is not allowed. Okay, so that we have a reference. Okay, so let's get back to sets. So where were we? We were saying that we can create sets through the set constructor. Okay. Now accessing set items. You cannot access items in set by referring to an index or key, as I told you, because sets are basically non unordered collection in Python. But we can loop through the set items and we can print the value. For example, I should be able to do this. So I can say I can create a for loop and then I can print all the values in the set. You can see apple, cherry, banana, and true. Now you can find the item in a set using the membership operator. We have already studied membership operator in one of our live streams. So you can use the in operator to find whether an item is there or not. So I can say if apple in this set, and then we can do some operation, something like that. So you can use the membership operator to find whether some item is present or not present using the not in operator. Now, to add one item to use to add any item to the set, we can use the add function. So I can say if I want to add, for example, orange to the set, I can say, let's comment this out, and I can say this set dot add, and then we can add an item, say orange, like this. And if I print this set, so let's print this. You can see that we have orange. Again, since it is an unordered, so order doesn't matter, and that's why it will get added to some position in the set. But you can, this is how you add an item to the set. To add items from another set into the current set, use the update method. Okay, so if I want all the items from this set 2 to be added to this set, so what we can do, we can use the update method. So I can say this set dot update, and then we can say this set 2, this set 2, like this. Now, if I print this set, I should see all the items of this set 2 as well. Uh, yes, you can see here DSBKF. Now we are not seeing 1 because 1 and true evaluates, they are like uh, evaluated as duplicates in Python, and that's why instead of all the ones we are just seeing true, because set does not allow duplicates, as you can see here. Add any iterable. The object in update method does not have to be a set. It can be any iterable object. So this is important that you can use the update method to add any iterable to the set. So we can use to add any iterable. Can you tell me what do we mean when I say add any iterable. So what is a iterable in Python? Please write in the chat box if you know what is an iterable in Python, if you understand that what I mean when I say you can add any iterable using update method. List or tuple, of course, or sets. So all the four. Oh, sorry, not the sets. Yeah, set of course, set or of course, and list or tuple or dictionary. So list, tuple, and dictionary. All three can be added. Add elements to the list. Add elements of a list to set. So similarly, you can use the update method to add the list as well. Now let's see how we can remove items. To remove this item in the set, we can use the remove or discard method. So we have two methods to remove the items from the set. Either we can use the remove method or we can use the discard method. Okay, and what is the difference between the remove and the discard method? Like anything which we can run for loop, yes, yes, set and dictionary also. So yeah, so basically there are four iterables in Python: list, set, dictionary, and tuple. So any four can be used using the update method. Now to remove an item, to remove an item, we have two methods. We have the remove method and we have the discard method. So the difference between the remove and the discard method is that if you use remove on a set and if the element is not present, then it will raise an error. But if you use a discard method, then it will not raise an error. For example, if I say this set dot remove, and if I remove something which is not present in the set, for example grapes, okay, and if I try to run this, it should give me an error. You can see that key error, grapes is not present in the set. However, if I use the discard method, so if I say this set dot discard and do grapes, we will not get an error. You can see nothing happened to the set, but we did not get an error. You can also use the pop method to remove an item, but this item will remove a random item. So you cannot be sure what item that gets removed. Interesting. So the return value of pop method is the removed item. Great. Great. So I don't know what its use case will be, but it'll be interesting to see. We can like it can be used in some game or some kind where you want some kind of randomization. So you can use the pop method to remove a random item from the set and it will return that particular item in a variable. Okay. Now, if you want to empty the set, you can use the clear method. And if you want to delete the set from the memory, then you have to use the del keyword. So how do you use the clear and delete? So if I say this set dot clear, it will clear out the set. And if I say del this set, then it will delete the particular set from the memory. Let's comment this out because I don't want to clear or delete the sets. Now again, you can use the foreign method to loop through the set items as we have seen already. Now we can join these sets. There are several ways to join two or more sets in Python. The union and update method Okay, thank you so much, Harsh. So basically, del in Python deletes any variable to free memory. I think so. Probably we need to check this, but yeah, this might be the case that it might be used to delete any variable to free memory. Great. So thank you so much. The union and update method joins all the item from both the sets. Okay, the intersection method keeps only the duplicate. So basically, if you are familiar with the sets which we learned in mathematics in probably whichever class in high school, so all the operations are similar to that. We have the union operation, we have the intersection operation, we have the difference operation, which keeps the item from the first set that are not in the other sets. Symmetric difference method keeps all the item except the duplicates. Great. So we can have the union method. So let's see what a union method is. So it is exactly similar to what the union operator does in mathematics. So we have set 1, set 2, and if I do set 1 union set 2, basically set 3 should have all the elements of set 1 as well as set 2. Let's print this and you can see 1, 2, 3, ABC. Now in if in place of uh, okay, so instead of using this union method, we can also use a pipe operator. So we should be good by saying something like this, like this. Actually, we should keep that. We will comment this out and we will do set 3 equal to set 1 set 2. This is same as the union operator. As you can see, again, we're getting the union of both the sets. Now we can use the union method to join multiple sets. So if we have like 4 or 5 sets or any different number of sets, we can write them here with a comma, like set 3, set 4, set 5, set 6, whatever. So it will create a union of all those sets. And we can do the same operation. We can do the same thing using the pipe operator as well. The union method allows you to join a set with other data types like lists or tuples. Interesting. So, with the union operator, you can not only create a union of just sets but other data types as well, like lists or tuples. And the result will be a set, of course. The update method inserts all the items from one set to another. The update method changes the original set and does not return a new set. Okay, so that is the difference between union and update method. So instead of if I do not use union, if I use the update method, so the original set will get changed. It will not create a new variable. So I can just say set one dot update and do set 2 like this, and this will not create a new variable. This will update the original set itself. Updates the original set, whereas union creates a new variable. Okay, and both union and update will exclude any duplicate items, of course, because set does not allow any duplicate items. So, of course, that they will exclude any duplicate items. Now we have the intersection method. So, intersection method, of course, will contain only the items that are present in both the sets. For example, if I add another element in this set, say probably C, And if I create a set 4 with the values of, say, set 1 dot intersection set 2, what should we get? We should get just the C because we are creating an intersection. Okay, and if I print set 4 like this, you can see that we have got a set with just C. And like the way we use the pipe operator in for creating a union, we can use the ampersand operator for creating a intersection. We can use this operator for intersection. Intersection update. So there's another method which is known as intersection update, and it will also keep only the duplicates, but it will change the original set instead of returning a new set. So similar to the update method, there is a intersection update method which changes the original set. Okay, so if I do, what I can do is I can do set 1 dot intersection update and then do set 2 like this, and this will have the same effect as this operation, but the value will be stored in set 1 and not in set 4. I hope I'm making sense. Okay, so I already told you that true and 1 are considered the same values. The same goes for false and 0. Now we have a difference method. So difference method will return a new set that will contain only the items from the first set that are not present in the other set. What does that mean? Let's check this out. So if I create set 5 equal to set 1 dot difference set 2 like this, and if I print set 5, what do we get? A and P. A and P. Okay, so it gives me all the items of set 1 which are not there in set 2. Basically, all the unique items of set 1 with respect to set 1 and set 2. Okay, so that is the difference operator. Please hit in the comment box if you understood what the difference operator is. Say yes if you understood how the difference operator works. And for the difference operator, we have the minus symbol. So we can say we can use the minus symbol for, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Harsh. Please write in the chat box if you understood what the difference operator is. So we can use the minus operator. Okay, minus operator for difference. So we can do set 1 minus set 2, and it will have the same effect as the difference method. And similar to that, and we also have a difference method, difference update method. So similar to the update, the intersection update, and the so update and intersection update, we have the difference update. So that will create only the values which are unique to a particular set in this with reference to two sets, and no new set will be created. So the same set will be updated. So we can also use difference update as the name suggests. So we are just updating the same set. We are not creating a new set here using the difference update. Now, next function is symmetric. So next method is the symmetric difference. Symmetric difference method will keep only the elements that are not present in both sets. So not present in both the sets. Okay. So when I do symmetric difference between set 1 and set 2, I should get A, B and 1, 2, 3. Okay. So let's see that in action. I should say, if I say set 6 is equal to set 1 dot symmetric difference and do set 2, and if I print set 6, let's see what we get on the screen. 1, 2, 3, BA, of course, because C was present in both the sets. So all the unique item with respect to both the sets will be returned by the symmetric difference method. Type yes in the chat box if you understood what I said or what the symmetric difference function does. And please hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel. If you're watching me for the first time, please hit the subscribe button. We are learning Python from scratch. So I hope you're enjoying the live stream. Okay, so for this, the operator is the this upper sign. The operator is uh, like, where is that key? Yeah, this. So I don't know what this is called, or I just forgot what this is called, but this is the operator for this. If you know what this means, thank you so much, Priya. And if you know what this means, just write in the comment box. I don't know what it is exactly called. And similar to symmetric difference, we have the symmetric difference update. So we can say we can also use symmetric difference update. Okay, so this is the caret symbol. Yes, so this is the caret symbol, which is the operator for this. So we can use set1 caret set2, and it'll create a new set with a symmetric difference. And if you use a symmetric difference update, then it will not create a new set, but it will update the original set with all the unique items from both the sets. Now next is frozen set. Frozen set is an immutable version of set. Like sets, it contains unique, unordered, unchangeable items. Unlike set, elements cannot be added or removed from a frozen set. So as the name suggests, so in set we can remove or add items. In a frozen set, we cannot add or remove items as well. So this is basically something like of a constant set which we have created, and now we cannot just change it. Please hit the subscribe button if you have not yet subscribed to the live stream, and please write in the comment box if you're enjoying the live stream. So this is how you create a frozen set. We can see x is equal to frozen set apple, banana, cherry. And if we print the type of a frozen set, let's see what we get. You can see that it is defined as a frozen set data type in Python. So you cannot add or remove items in a frozen set. So all the operators which we did earlier for adding or removing or updating the set cannot be performed in a frozen set. However, the frozen set really gives you few non-mutating operations, for example copy, difference, intersection, union, symmetric difference. So all those operations can be performed, but anything which is related to updating an element or deleting the set, that is not possible. Now there are multiple methods which you can use in the set, most of which we have already discussed, and if you are left, then that we will probably work along when we'll create a project and things like that. So let's come to the fourth collection, that is the dictionary. So we have already covered lists, we have covered tuples, we have covered set, and now let's come on to the last collectible in Python, that is dictionary. So I say dictionary like this. Now, dictionaries are used to store data values in key value pair. So, similar to objects in JavaScript, we have key value to, if we want to store something with a key value pair in Python, we use dictionaries. And dictionary is a collection which is ordered, changeable, and do not allow duplicate values. They are written with curly braces and have keys and values. So, this is how you create a dictionary. Now, one thing which is important to note here, that as of Python version 3.7, dictionaries are ordered, and for Python versions before that, basically Python versions 3.6 and before that, the dictionaries are unordered. I'll explain that. I think we'll see that in more detail. But you have to remember, if you're working on Python version 3.6 or before, and that can happen if you are probably working with an older system, or if you are like working on a robotics project where you're running Linux and you're already running the code somewhere and you're using Python version 3.6 or earlier, then the dictionary will not be ordered, and Python version 3.7 and beyond, the dictionaries are ordered. Hello everyone, and please tell me if you're enjoying the live stream. Tell me from which part of the country do you belong to, or which part of from the world do you belong to, and please hit the subscribe button if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, if you're watching it for the first time, and just enjoy the live stream. So, so dictionaries are written with curly brackets, and we have the key value pairs in this. Dictionary items are ordered, changeable, and again, do not allow duplicate values. So we can target or print any element in the dictionary using the square bracket. So I can say this ticked and use the key to print the value of that particular item. So if I run this file, you can see that we are getting Ford. Now, when we say that dictionaries are ordered, it means that the items have a defined order, and that order will not change. Unordered means they do not have a defined order and cannot refer by an index. So let's try selecting an element with an index. Will we be able to do that? Type yes in the comment box if you think that this will give, or probably if I say 1. What should be the output? I want someone to write in the comment box, like, what will be the output of this if I say this ticked 1. And I'm using a version later than 3.6, of course. So it will fail. Let's see whether it will fail or not. Okay, so it fails. So what do we mean? Like, how do we use the ordered? What do we mean when we say that a dictionary is ordered in Python? What is the syntax for that? If anyone has any idea, please write in the comment box. Now, duplicates are not allowed, so dictionaries cannot have two items with the same key. Same key, great. So I cannot have something like year again, and I cannot say 2025 here. This will throw an error. So this is not allowed. Okay. Now we can use the len function for you can use the len function to find the length of the dictionary, or basically how many number of items or how many number of keys are there in the dictionary. Dictionary item data types. So values in the dictionary can be of any data type. Okay. When we say ordered, we it, so Thank you, Harsh, for the reply. So when we say ordered, means if we run the iteration, it will be in the order. And also, we can, I think, not sure use slicing. Okay, so dictionaries are ordered, but you cannot like hit on a key value pair using something like this, because when we try to do something like this, it is actually trying to find out a key named one, which we don't have. We have the keys brand, model, and year. So we don't have a key like this. So even though the dictionaries are ordered, we cannot actually use it to find out a particular key value pair. We can just use it like if we run a loop on the dictionary, we can be sure that we will be running through this order only. And probably we can use slicing or not. So we'll see that in future videos or live streams where we make some projects on this. But for now, this is how you can access the dictionary. And as I told you, you can have any data type for the values, and you can use the type function to find the type of the dictionary. Already told, it will give the class of dictionary for the dictionaries. And similar to the tuples, lists, sets, you can use the dict constructor to create a dictionary. Now, how do we do that? Like, I will give you an example. This is my example here. So we have to use the dict constructor, and then use the name and the value, age and the value, country and the value. And this will give me a dictionary with three keys, name, age, and country, and with their respective values. So I hope dictionary is clear. If you understood what I say, write yes in the chat box so that I know that, okay, dictionary is clear to you guys. And thank you so much for watching, guys. Please hit the subscribe button if you have not yet subscribed to the channel. If you're coming here for the first time, I want everyone to please subscribe to the channel and at least hit the like button. Yeah, clear. Thank you so much, Hers. Thank you so much. Okay, now accessing items. So we already saw one way of accessing a particular item in the dictionaries using the square brackets. We can use like brand like this. We can write the key value in the square brackets to check its value. The another method is using the get. So we can also say, for example, x is equal to this ticked dot get, and we can do brand here. And if I print x, I should get the same value. Okay, keyword error brand. Okay, so we have changed the dictionary. This is not the dictionary anymore, which we are using. We are using this dictionary. So if I say name here and name here, we should get John. You can see. So first John is coming from here and the second one is coming from here. So either we can use the square bracket syntax or you can use the get method along with the key name to get the value of the item in the dictionary. Now we can use the keys method that will return a list of all the keys in dictionary. This is where the ordered part is coming into play. So this is important, guys. Check it out. Check this out. So if I say x is equal to this ticked dot keys. Now we can use this keys method, and now x will be the list of all the keys in the dictionary. Okay, so if I now print x, let's see what values do we get. Okay, So we get dict keys, name, age, and country. So we are getting a list of all the keys in the particular dictionary. Now, if I change the order, so if I do like here, like this, and if I run the file again, you can see now we are getting name, country, and age. So that's why when I say the dictionary is ordered, this is where it makes sense. If that is clear, please write yes in the comment box. Thank you so much for watching till now. And please hit the like button if you have not yet liked to the live stream. Now, getting the values. The values method will return a list of all the values in the dictionary. X is equal to this tick dot values. Okay. X is equal to this tick dot values. The list of values is a view of dictionary, meaning that any changes done to the dictionary will be reflected in the values list. Great. So what I can do is, let's take this example. Okay. So we have a dictionary named car. We have three items, three keys or three key value pairs in this dictionary. Now I'm saying X is equal to car values. Okay, so we did print X now before the change, and now we set the year or change the year from 1964 to 2020, and then we are printing X again, and let's check its value. So we have not defined X is equal to car dot values again after we have changed the value, but still we will get the changed value. Let's run the file and see what the values we get. So first time we are getting Ford Mustang and 1964. Next time we are getting 2020. So basically the values method is a snapshot or a view of the dictionary, and we can just create it and we can use it anytime to check whether the values in the dictionary has changed or not. Now, the next is uh, the items method. The items method will return each item in the dictionary as tuples in the list. Okay, so we can use the items method and each item will be created as a tuple. So if I say, for example, X equal to car dot items, and if I print X, my each key value pair will come as a tuple. So you can see brand Ford, model Mustang, year 2020. So that is how we can use the items method. Now we can also check if any key exists in the dictionary using the membership operator in or not in. Again, we can use it with a conditional operator to check whether something is working or not. So that is it for today. We are yet to do with a lot of items in the dictionary like change, add, how to change the items, how to add items, how to remove items, how to loop through the dictionaries and nested dictionaries and stuff like that. But we will leave that for tomorrow. I hope you like the live stream. Please hit the like button still if you have not yet liked the live stream, and thank you so much for being with me till now. Thank you so much. See you. Take care. Bye bye.